There is some element of risk, and so you become a little bit more aware of that. Of course, that's clouded by all the excitement of getting to go. But still, it was exciting to fly Desert Storm and to support our country, and that's what a fighter pilot wants to do. He's trained to do. And similarly, going into space, I'm ready to go do it, but I'm aware that there are some risks, and I'm just curious about the unknown.
Next week, Space Shuttle Endeavour is scheduled to blast off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida, and it will carry some very cool new technology to the International Space Station. Here to tell us about it and other fascinating space stuff is NASA's International Space Station Flight Director, Dana Weigel. She joins us from the Johnson Space Center in Houston. Dana, welcome.
Thanks, Clayton. Good to be here this morning.
So the International Space Station will become a little more international in the next few weeks. Tell us what's going on.
That's right. We're adding our fourth and final partner, which is Japan. They're flying up the first of 3 major elements on this mission. So it's a very exciting time for them and also for us. A month ago, we added the Europeans, so that brings our tally to 4 in total.
And let's talk about Canada's contribution on this flight. You're bringing up something pretty cool, the Dextre space robot. Tell us about Dextre.
We are. Dextre is a robotic device that we can use to do maintenance on the space station. So it's set outside on the exterior, but the crew can fly it from inside, or we can fly it from the ground, and we can change out a number of different boxes and devices on the externals of the vehicle.
Dana, so tell me a little bit more about the capabilities of Dextre. These are capabilities you haven't had before on the International Space Station, right?
That's right. We have an arm right now that's called Canada Arm 2. We use that for assembly of the space station, but it takes an astronaut either riding on the end of it, or it can be used just for moving large modules around. This Dextre that we're bringing up and assembling over the course of 3 spacewalks will allow us to do really fine robotic tasks like changing out very small boxes on the space station. So it's going to help us out a lot with maintenance of the exterior of the space station.
And in the future, is there also a benefit that you don't have to have astronauts doing as many spacewalks if you have Dextre?
That's right. This will save us some spacewalking time. We'll still have to go out and do spacewalks for other things. Dextre can only change out certain types of boxes, but it certainly should cut down the number of spacewalks that we need to go do.
Now, I know this isn't the technical term that you guys at NASA would appreciate, but the Japanese module that's coming up, I've essentially heard it described as a space closet. Tell me about that.
It's actually what they call a logistics module. It does hold a lot of storage in it. It's got a couple other important items for this flight. We're launching up a lot of the racks and the hardware that's required to activate the laboratory on the next flight. So they'll be relocated over to the laboratory. The laboratory is a little too heavy to launch all of it all together.
And so the Japanese module, Kibo, which will come up on the next shuttle flight, when does that arrive and what will it do?
That's going to arrive at the end of May. It's actually going to be the largest habitable module that we'll have on the space station. It'll have a lot of different science racks in it, so they can do science inside. They also have a very small airlock, which allows them to transfer science and payloads from inside the space station to an exterior pallet outside.
And to get all of this in place, you basically have to do 5 spacewalks in 9 days. How challenging is it to do that many spacewalks in that short a time?
Well, we have experience on Hubble missions with 5 spacewalks, but we've never done that for space station, so this is a little bit different for us. It'll be a new milestone to accomplish this much in one mission. We have a 16-day mission, so we have plenty of time to get it done. We'll spend the first 3 spacewalks preparing the Japanese module and the Canadian Dextre, and then the last 2 are dedicated to a couple of other items we'd like to accomplish on this mission.
And then also there's a new piece of technology coming to the station after the shuttle leaves, this automatic transfer vehicle named after Jules Verne. How does that work? That uses some pretty sophisticated technology, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's an unmanned vehicle, so it uses a lot of computers for its approach and docking to the space station. It's similar to a Russian unmanned cargo vehicle, although it has 3 times the cargo carrying capacity. So it really brings with it a lot of capability, and it's going to come in handy after the shuttle is retired.
Good things just got better. Introducing an all-new third hour of Good Morning America.
Welcome to Good Morning America Now.
Good Morning America Now. Good Morning America Now.
On ABC News Now.
Get your Good Morning America now at abcnewsnow.com.